Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and after a few years I realized I never did a video on this property. So this is one of the first rental properties I ever bought. Actually, one of the first ones I got under contract, and then it took about 9 months to actually buy it because the owner had some tax issues, but we got it bought. We paid $110,000 for that property. It was listed on the MLS. I wasn't even really interested in commercial properties at the time, but I saw how cheap it was compared to houses, which were $200,000 for cheap houses. And I thought, well, maybe I better look into commercial a little bit. So went and saw the property, made a full price offer right after seeing it. Didn't hear back from the agent for a few days. I'm like, hey, what's going on with my offer? And he said, oh, I haven't looked at it yet. I'm like, well, it's full price. He's like, oh, let me look at it. So they looked at it, accepted it, and we ended up buying it, like I said, 9 months later after all the tax things were cleared up. But I've never done a video for it because I've never really been inside of it when it's vacant. We ended up renting it back to the tenant, which is a furniture repair store, for $1,500 a month. So we bought it for $110,000, basically did no work to it whatsoever, and then rented it back to them for $1,500 a month. Now we have done a few things since then. A little bumpy road. We replaced the roof last year. However, it had hail damage, so the insurance covered that. I think that's a $17,000 roof, and at first the insurance wanted to give us like $10,000. But we got that raised up after our roofer talked to them. Oh, of course there's a camper back there. I didn't realize they have a camper. That makes perfect sense since I have camper problems. And then I think we've replaced the furnace as well. But it's just a gross lease, so they pay $1,500 a month. We take care of the maintenance on the building. They pay all the utilities. And they've been here almost 3 years now, I think. 2.5 to 3 years. And they've always kind of said, hey, we plan on moving, plan on going to a different building, but they never have. And that building is about 3,000 square feet, has kind of a little retail area up there, also has a basement. This is not included in that 3,000 square feet. And then a shop area back here where they do all the work. Now this empty lot right here is not part of it. It is actually owned by Excel, the utility company. They're an electric public utility company, and I've always kind of thought about approaching them about buying this lot since I've never used it since I've been here, but just have never actually done it. So that would be kind of nice to have all this extra space. It would really add quite a bit of value to our property, but things kind of get lost along the way sometimes. Something else we did with this property too was I bought it with private money and then refinanced it about 1.5 years later, and it appraised for $250,000 when we got the appraisal done about 1.5 years after buying it for $110,000 with us doing virtually no work. So it does need cleaned up a little bit, but like I said, the tenant's been there decades, and so we're okay with it. The loan we got on, I think it's like right around $170,000. So it still does cash flow, but we're able to pull a lot of cash out and use that to buy other rentals, work with the flips, that type of thing. So this has been a fantastic rental. If he ever does move out, I'll show you the inside of it. I haven't been inside of it. Well, I've been in maybe the front part like 1 year ago, but I haven't seen the entire building since before I first bought it in my first looking at it with the tenant there. So cool building, really great rental property, kind of got me into commercial real estate to begin with, and then we bought a few other ones kind of in this price range that have worked out great too. Okay, here's the other side of the building. There's a couple things I forgot to mention. Nikki is sitting beside me being quiet as a mouse like always, and believe me, I've asked her to be in the videos and she won't do it, but she mentioned I got that semi as part of the deal, and I can't even remember why, but after we had it under contract, I don't know if it's in lieu of 1 month's rent or a deposit maybe, he gave us that semi-trailer. So it's just been sitting there for a couple of years, and I have no idea what in the world I would do with a semi-trailer, but I've got one, so that's pretty cool. And then that building, I think it's last year, a year and a half ago, we drove by here and there was SWAT, tons of police, and like one of those crazy police like armored vehicles sitting out here. And there's a standoff with a guy for like 6 hours or something before he came out and they arrested him. So they had my building locked down, some of the businesses here locked down. So that was kind of crazy too. Lots of interesting stuff can happen in this business, that's for sure. But you don't have to buy massive deals to get in with commercial real estate. So that is rental property. Oh, I'd have to look and see. But I think it's rental property number 20, if I remember right. We have 26 rentals we've purchased and we've sold a few. The last 10 we've bought have all been commercial deals. So make sure you check those out if you want to see the actual insides of those rentals. We have videos of all of them. And eventually maybe we'll have the inside video of this too. All right, thanks for watching. If you guys want more information on our rentals, flips, being an agent, all kinds of advice, check out invest4more.com. We love the comments, the subscriptions, the likes, all that good stuff too. So let me know what you think of this property, and we'll be back with more videos soon.